Hey guys, my name is Bharat and welcome to another video on Bharat in Germany. In this video, we're going to talk about what are the top 5 high demand jobs in Germany and what kind of salaries can you expect to get with all of these. Along with the salaries, I'm also going to tell you what are the general companies in which people in these particular fields work in Germany. So make sure you watch this video till the end. It's not going to be a very long video, and if you like it, share it with your friends so that they can also know how many opportunities are available for engineers and for people who are from the management field in Germany. If the response to this video is good, I'm going to make a part 2 where we are going to talk about the non-engineering and non-management or commerce fields and what kind of opportunities do you have there, for example, for nurses, caregivers, doctors, and so on. The first high demand job in Germany is electrotechnic engineer or electronics engineer. Again, in this field, having a degree, a university degree, and if you have a master's, your chances of getting higher paying jobs become better. In Germany, the simple rule applies: the more specialized you are generally in a field, the higher you will be getting paid there. So the same is true with electronics engineer. The monthly median salary of an electronics engineer is 5,167 euros. If you're an electronics engineer, there are very interesting companies that you can find in Germany. For example, you have Siemens, you have Bosch. Now these two companies are also conglomerates. That means people from other fields will also be working there and they will be having industries in different kind of sectors. But this is also lucrative for electronics engineers. You also have a very interesting company, NXP Semiconductors, which are having their headquarters in Hamburg. And I know personally a lot of people who were in TUHH who were studying with me in the electronics field. They ended up working at that place afterwards. The second high demand job in Germany is software developers, IT engineers, or computer science engineers. Again, if you have a master's degree, it is better, but in this industry at least, like, having a degree does not play such a huge role. What plays a huge role is what kind of portfolio you have so far, what kind of projects you have worked on. And the employers in this industry are still very lenient, so they might allow you to shift from one place to the other. I've talked to many students who came in as electronics engineer and they really specialized themselves in programming, and then afterwards they were able to make the move. Now keep in mind, making the move directly in your studies, that means if you're from electronics background and you want to study something in computer science, that is very difficult to do in Germany because they need a very specific ECTS requirement. But if you're from electronics background, you want to just do your master's in electronics further, then afterwards find a place to get a break towards computer science. That would be a much viable option for you. The monthly median salary for software developers is 5,424 euros, which is a very nice salary according to German standards, because again, many people compare here with the life in USA and so on, and what you have to keep in mind is USA is very expensive to live. Like, you talk about like just the standard grocery stuff, and you can use this website called numbeo.com and you will see most of the prices in US for rents, for groceries, for health insurance. Everything is a lot more expensive than when you compare all of the same things in Germany. In Germany, if you're a single person and you want to live a very decent life, you can do it very nicely with like 1,200 to 1,500 euros. And everything on top of it is essentially like fun money. You can just like do whatever you want with it. And I always recommend that you invest that money. And I talk about all of those things on my second channel, which is Brandevise Business and Finance. And if you're not subscribed there, make sure you take a look at that after this video. So if you're from computer science field and you want to come to Germany to work, it is going to be very lucrative because first of all, for you, the barrier to enter is going to be very less, because companies which are looking for other people in the computer science field, they do not have such heavy requirements for German, and you can also enter just with your English proficiency. Again, I do not recommend it. I really believe that you should learn some German on the side. That is always better and is going to give you higher paying jobs afterwards. But in the starting, you can still start. You can continue your masters in any of the computer science fields, and then when you're doing your masters, you can learn German on the side. That is also a better way to handle this. Now, many of the people that I have actually worked with for my other course, which is Complete Course of Finding Jobs in Germany, they actually were able to find jobs also from India directly in Germany. But again, the success rate is always higher if you come to study in Germany, have a German university degree, and then afterwards you can essentially look for these kind of jobs. Now, some of the larger companies in this sector which hire people from computer science are essentially just like everybody. I've talked to like many startups, and over LinkedIn I talked to many HR managers, many recruiters and so on, and every single person has the same problem, that they are not able to find enough people in the computer science field who can do something well. So this could be a very interesting opportunity for you to start your career in Germany and also have the freedom to not be stuck in one single country like you would have if you go to US, Canada, Australia, UK and so on. And we have seen like how the COVID regulations are right now for Australia and so on, where you are not even allowed to go outside your house for more than 1 hour, and you cannot go farther than 5 kilometers from your house of residence, which is just absolutely nuts. Whereas if you compare this with Europe, we are traveling around anywhere we want. We were in Romania for a while, then we were in Germany for a while, then we went to Denmark, then we went to Norway, now we're back in Denmark, then we're going to go to Turkey, and all of this we are doing just by road. And the nice thing about some countries in Europe is that they really let you be as free as you want, because in Denmark, for example, we don't have to show any kind of COVID certificates, we don't have to show any COVID passports, absolutely nothing. So life is completely back to normal in Denmark, whereas countries like USA and Canada are about to fire people from their companies if they are not vaccinated or if they are not wearing a mask. And this is personally what I believe speaks a lot about the personal freedom you have in those countries. Now, the third high demand job in Germany is, of course, mechanical engineers. So you are having so many companies in Germany which are heavily recruiting mechanical engineers. And again, this is a field where I believe that having German proficiency is better, because most of the mechanical engineering companies that you would see are smaller and medium-sized companies. You of course have your massive ones, which is Continental, Daimler, Volkswagen Group and so on. But you also have a lot of smaller companies, and there if you have German proficiency, it is better. You get better paying jobs and your chances of getting a job is also much higher. The median salary for mechanical engineers is 4,930 euros. The fourth high demand job in Germany is account managers or business analysts. Again, these are all the people coming from business administration, management studies, commerce backgrounds and so on. If you're coming to Germany, you can expect a median salary of 4,679 euros. Now, from my personal experience, I know that the starting salaries in these professions are generally much lower. So you would start with anywhere from 4,200 or 4,000 euros. But with experience, of course, you are getting paid more. That is something very interesting. And also another factor, like I said, plays a huge role, which is German proficiency in business fields. If you have native German proficiency, then sky's the limit. But otherwise, if you don't have German proficiency there, coming into German companies and doing something in business there is very, very difficult. So that's what I say, that learn German, and it is not so dramatic. I also learned German in 5 months and in the last semester of my bachelor studies in India. So if I was able to do it, there is no reason why you can't too, because I have been an average student myself my entire life, so I don't see a reason why you can't do it too. Now, some of the major companies where people work from these sectors are PwC, Deloitte, Accenture, KPMG, McKinsey, Boston Consulting, and many other local German companies where you can also work as a business analyst or an account manager. So these options are available for you. Now, the fifth high demand job in Germany is civil engineers / architects. Now again, you must have seen in this entire video, I have clubbed different kind of professions together because this is how the data is available on the German platforms. So this is the reason it is difficult to differentiate between these two. I mean, of course, I completely understand the difference between civil engineer, being a civil engineer myself, and an architect. The same you would feel between account managers and business analysts, and the same with IT, CSE and so on. But let's run with the numbers and see what we have. For civil engineers, you're again not having the best salaries, and this is something that you would see anywhere in the world. Civil engineers are unfortunately one of the least paid engineers in Germany, but you can still afford a very nice lifestyle in Germany with this kind of salary, which is 4,099 euro median salary. Again, I'm calling it median salary because the starting salary for civil engineers goes somewhere around 3,600 to 3,800 euros per month. So if you have more experience, of course, you will be paid more in those kind of regards. A master's degree is highly relevant here. It is better that you do a master's degree and have native German proficiency. That's very important, especially when you go towards designing field, you want to go to site inspections and so on. Here are some of the larger companies which are available in Germany for civil engineers is Hochtief, Bilfinger and Züblin AG. There are so many more companies, especially in the civil engineering field. This is a very budding country, especially for civil engineers, because many of the things which were built previously in the times of 1900s and so on, they are being rehabilitated. That means they're being demolished and are being built new or retrofitted or something like that. So they do need a lot of civil engineers for these kind of work. I know from my studies, no matter what kind of grades you have in your studies, in your masters, as long as you were able to finish your studies and were able to pass the exams, you would find a job, and you would find a job of at least like 3,300 euros to 3,600 euros per month, which was also very nice for people because they never had to worry about if I will be able to find a job afterwards. That never happened. And the same thing was emphasized to us by our professors. So this is something interesting and something you should watch out for. Of course, there's a lot of information online, and you will have like people from different kind of fields talking about Germany in different areas, but they do not have any kind of experience about Germany themselves, and they haven't lived there. So this is the reason why it makes sense that you actually listen to the people who are actually living in Germany and are giving you all of this information so that you can make a better decision for yourself. Another thing that I always like to do is I like to take a look at all of the companies in a specific sector on LinkedIn in a specific region and see what kind of job opportunities are also available there, because that could also be relevant for you and it will help you make a better decision for yourself. Now, before you end this video, keep in mind that we have a lot of free resources on our website, bharatingermany.com, where you can go and download these free PDFs. You have PDFs for job search, you have PDF for studies, you have PDF for investing. All of these different things you will find directly on our website and are completely free to download. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see a part 2 or you have some specific suggestions or requests for further videos, please let me know. I'll take a look at that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.